Welcome back to Conquest Creations. In this video, we have the Cirith Ungol Legendary Legion fighting against a Haradrim horde. The scenario is Fog of War, which means we have to secretly select one enemy hero to kill, one of our heroes to keep alive, and one terrain piece to capture as well as break the enemy. Who's gonna win? Just watch to find out.
We're back again here at Conquest Creations with another Middle-earth battle report. Today, I'm going to be taking a Harad list. I've got a Mahud King as my leader. He's on a war camel with a lance and a shield. With him, he's got a bunch of half trolls. These guys hit so hard, and I'm going to rely on them to do most of the damage in my army. I've also got a handful of Mahud spearmen, and then a Haradrim chieftain on foot with some Watchers of Kana and some spearmen, and finally a Haradrim chieftain on a horse with a lance, and a bunch of Haradrim raiders with lances and a banner to finish it off.
Hi, I'm Jordan Newstead. Got a Cirith Ungol list for you today. So we've got 500 points. Shagrat's my leader, leading about 7 Urukai, which are pretty deadly. Then we've got Gorbag, who will be a max warband with a banner. And I've got a Shaman with a couple of orcs in there, 4 orcs. And then we've got Shelob, of course. We're playing Fog of War, probably the best scenario in the game.
My objectives in Fog of War today are to keep my hero on foot alive. I chose that because I really want to be throwing in my Haradrim chieftain on horse and hopefully calling some heroic combats and doing a lot of damage.
I'm going to keep Shelob alive, knowing that I'll probably lose a wound, definitely, so that I'll be giving up a point, but thinking it's going to be harder to get to 3. So that's, at least it's a known factor.
I also want to kill Gorbag simply because I think he's the easiest one to kill on the other side. Jordan's going to keep his Shaman and Shelob pretty safe.
What I've chosen is to kill his foot chieftain, just mainly because I don't think he can get away from Shelob, so that's probably why I've done it. Then the other 2 are mounted. That was my main reasoning.
And my terrain piece is the Kings of Old statues that I'm trying to capture. So hopefully this goes well. I'm really worried about Shelob taking out a lot of my troops because I don't have a great answer for her.
The terrain pieces I've gone for pretty much the center of the board, because I think if I'm fighting, even though he's got some half orcs, half trolls, sorry. I think if I'm fighting in the middle of the board with my animosity rule, I should be able to tank it out.
Jordan won the role for deploying first, and the game got started.
Placing down the Shaman and the Archer warband down this firing lane.
I'm starting by dropping down my chieftain and his warband of cavalry. They're great to go down first because they can redeploy pretty much anywhere they want because they're so fast.
Next is the big bad, Shelob. I'm just going to place her in the middle of the table. She's quick and ignores terrain, so basically I can attack the whole board from that position.
And I'm just placing down my infantry guys.
Third warband is going to be Gorbag. He's going to be leading his full 12-man orcs. I need to basically, it's a lot of models and they're not very fast, so I want to try and be as close to the center of the board as possible.
Placing my final warband, which is my Mahud King and his group of half trolls. Now these guys are going to be the damage dealers, so they need to get into the fight as quickly as possible.
My last warband is going to be Shagrat, who is going to be near Gorbag, because obviously from the get-go, we need to have a good mixture of Mordor, Urukai and orcs. Mordor, Urukai will be slightly behind the lines just to protect them from some shooting, because there's more orcs to absorb some of those bow fires, and we'll hopefully have some Mordor Urukai left.
And this is our board after deployment. With just 12 inches on, deployment doesn't matter as much because we'll be able to march forwards and adjust our positions a bit. And with my priority on turn 1, everyone is just pushing forwards their 6 inches. Moving my cavalry across. Jordan put all of his troops on one side of the board, so I just want to meet him on that side.
Okay, my general force is moving up also, but probably splitting some towards the middle of the along the ramps. Shelob, who will be my first move, because she can avoid terrain, she just wants to be able to still charge things, so she wants to still be able to see things, but get maybe some in the ways, and she'll just go there.
I have 1 priority this turn, and I think this Shelob's going to be able to get me no matter where I go. So all my guys are just pushing forwards to climb up there next turn, and I'm going to keep my captain safe behind my ranks. Because Shelob doesn't have any might, I don't need to worry about her heroic combating through. And all my troops just pushing across the board with their spear supports.
Just like before, just moving on up. Nothing too major. Jacob's really decided to just absorb the Shelob charge, hoping, kind of baiting him in a little bit. He's got Watchers all at the front with spear support, so they're 3 attacks a pop. It's very it makes it a very even battle to try and win the fight. So my bowman on the left flank will be standing still and trying to dismount some, well, probably one Haradrim rider that's going to be in range. I'm going to just crawl up around the building just to be fun, staying 6 inches away from the trolls, and 10 inches away from the camel and the riders. So probably back a little bit more. It's all hitting on 5s, all going for this rider here. One hit, up or down. It does hit the horse, which is what I wanted, so 4+ here. And dismounts.
5 will do it. Cool.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, definitely. He's going to try and jump up that encampment. He does. I'll go this orc spearman here. 6, and he'll continue. So 3 and 3 in. And this one.
If you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you leave a like. That helps the video perform better so that I can make more content about the Middle-earth strategy battle game. In my move, I'm just responding by charging my troops up onto the wooden planks as well to meet Jordan's. Doing some climb tests. Ah, good start.
At the base.
On this side of the board, because Shelob doesn't have any might, I'm trying to go for it. If I can get priority next turn, I'll be able to charge her. So I'm sending in a few half trolls there. If we can trap her, we can do a lot of damage, and that is where my leader, the Mahud King, is going to go. And this is our board after the movement phase and Jordan's shooting phase. What are you going for, Jordan?
So I've got 4 going for the king, so and in the way with the one camel rider in front. So I hit with 1. Let's see if he gets through. He does, up or down. Down.
Oh my god,
Just a
if you
lucky
kill
little
my
6
king's
here.
camel.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, off the table.
6, got it.
Oh, that is so
Yes!
fucking brutal. Oh
Yes.
my god. I was so arrogant that I didn't even bring my dismount for my king. So unfortunately, he's turned into an Urukai captain. That hurts so bad. Alright, so I won priority. Jordan, what did you start with?
I've called a heroic move with the shaman in order to move out, see line of sight of Shelob and actually get a charge off.
Alright, and I countered that with a heroic move from my chieftain. So this guy here on horse.
Then I countered that move with Gorebag, hoping to still get the bulk of my force into the just into the combats that I want.
Cool, and I have the opportunity to call one with my chieftain here, but I don't think I will, because if I win the roll-off, then I'll move first with my chieftain, and then Jordan will go with Gorebag afterwards. So whether I call it or not doesn't really matter, because it'll get counted because it's the lower priority move.
Yeah.
So, just the one from me. Let's do the roll-off. You're more evil than I am.
I'm more evil, I got Shelob. So we're looking for a 1 to 3 here. And it's a 2. Shelob gets the charge.
Alright.
So Shelob, not wanting to get too overwhelmed, is going to just let you have the initial charge and just double a charge this half troll here with the Mordor Kai, knowing that I'm keeping 1/2 of my Shelob protected.
I'm going to try to charge into Shelob with my Mahud King. That is not worth the 2 will points and might point that it'll take to get in, so I think I'm just going to have to stay still there.
Very scary, that Shelob.
That is very unfortunate. And my chieftain, who should have gone first, is just charging into 2 orcs, and the other cav will be following suit. And the Mahud Raider charging into an orc, they do impact hit, so a strength 4 hit does nothing. So I really should have called a heroic move here in retrospect, but that's alright. So Jordan's move, he's going to get to charge me and push a lot of my guys off this palisade.
Okay, so Gorebag's going to go first, charging these 2 watchers. Then I'm going to have this gentleman here go down to there and charge him, go into these 2. This orc's just going to hold up this spot here.
And this is the movement phase. The orcs have rushed forwards and I'm not in a good position there. That was definitely a rookie error not calling my heroic move. But over here, I think I'm pretty confident that I can absolutely break this side of Jordan's army. We're in the combat phase now, and Jordan, what are you going to do?
Okay, we're going to call a heroic combat with Shagrat, who's going to try and really clear this lane and even out the odds in the numbers there.
Alright.
So he's got 3 attacks.
And I've got 6 attacks in there.
Yep.
I'm on a 4 high.
And
You're on a
3 high. So I will have to spend a might point to get that. Oh, actually,
I still have a banner reroll there. So I'll do my banner reroll first.
Yeah.
And you've got potentially got a banner reroll.
Just.
My banner reroll goes to a 6.
Okay.
So I've won that. Unless you spend 2 points of might, you've still lost it.
That's unfortunate.
All right.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, Spearman. Orc Spearman.
Yes. Not enough.
Wow, ease.
Perfect. All right. I need 6 to wound. And oh my god.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, that's paying off. So. Yes. Ouch.
That's what you get for killing my Mahud King.
So 3 wounds. I will spend 3 fate.
Does he have 3 fate?
He does. He blocks with all. So
passed
no, you still got all his
3.
wounds. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that went incredibly well.
Wow. I was prepared to blow all my might to win those fights, but that's fine. That's cool.
So after the amazing performance against Shagrat, Gorbag killed one of the Watchers of Kana and knocked the other one off the wooden planks. And then my half-trolls unsurprisingly annihilated an orc, and we simply pushed back the orc two-hander. On the other side of the board, my half-trolls killed both Mordor Urukai.
Yes. Yep. Gone.
And further across against the orc archers, I killed 2 of them. So I killed 1 with my raider, 1 with my chieftain, and then my Mahud raider was pushed back.
And the one survived.
And let's do Shelob versus a half-troll and a Haradrim raider.
Okay, so because you're men and I charged, I got 3 attacks.
So I'm on a
6.
5, Shelob's on a 6. Alright, so Shelob's won that fight.
And you're going to be knocked prone.
Yes,
so
I am.
I'm going to do 2 attacks at a time. At the half troll, these are strength 7, so it'd be 3s. Your defense 5?
Defense 6.
Defense 6, so it'd be 4s. 4s, but re-rolling wounds because of venom.
And nothing, and
Got
1
the kill.
wound.
So that's 1 kill, and then I'll just throw the other 4 attacks onto the other guy.
The half-trolls are 2 wounds.
2 wounds, sorry,
Yep.
apologies. So
there's the half-troll dead.
dead.
And
And then the last 2 onto the raider, which will be 3s re-rolling.
and gets him. If you're enjoying the content and want to support Conquest Creations, then check out the website. The link is in the description below. I offer commission painting as well as some awesome resin cast bases. In the movement phase, Jordan had priority, so I've pulled a heroic move with my chieftain in here, as well as with my Mahud King. Jordan countered by pulling one with Gorbag. Let's do the roll-off. Do you want to roll it?
Yeah, okay, 1 to 3. Yes, 1. Got the win
Goes
again.
evil. Alright. So, Gorbag's heroic.
Okay. So you're 5-5.
I'm 5-5 on half-trolls. That's
Oh, wow.
correct.
Okay, 5-5. Very nice. Gorbag's going to charge in.
And just explain Gorbag's special real quickly.
Yeah, so when he's outnumbered, he gains +1 fight and +1 attack. That will draw our fight, and also giving him a 3 attack profile. The really cool thing about him is he's only 5 points more than a captain, but can really chew away at warriors by charging into 2 models at a time and then buffing up his stats. He still comes with 3 might too, so he can actually he can call a lot of heroic moves, as you've seen. He's already done 2, and he can do a heroic strike like he's probably going to this time. The good thing is with a spear support, it still counts as the outnumbered, so it brings him to 4 attacks.
And this is what this side of the board looks like after Jordan's heroic, and now it's my turn to do a heroic. So, my Mahud King takes a courage test to charge Shelob, and actually passes this time. Perfect. Because the Mahud King has made it in, that means that all Mahuds within 6 inches of him automatically pass their courage tests. So these half-trolls are going to trap Shelob. And finally, my Mahud Raider is also going to charge in and do a Strength 4 impact hit, which does not wound. And at the end of my heroic move, Shelob is trapped and the Shaman is fighting against my charging chieftain, so I'm in a very good position there. In the combat phase, what are you doing with Gorbag?
Yeah, he's going to strike up. He's risky because it's a toss-up between holding on to his might to win the duel, but I'm hoping with 4 attacks plus the banner reroll, he can get that 6. So that's what I'm going to go for. I think with those 4 attacks, I might be able to kill one of those trolls, which will be very important, rather than holding on to the might and dying with it still on me.
And I'm going to strike with my Mahud King's last point of might in there. I think there's a good chance that I could take down Shelob this turn, so I'm going to go for it.
And Shelob's going to eat her own orc, 2-game rerolls to hit.
So that's one of the special rules for the Legendary Legion.
So what do you guys think about the Cirith Ungol Legendary Legion? It seems really, really cool and has a lot of cool tactical flexibility. Let me know in the comments down below.
And in the fighting, Shagrat got a highest of a 4, so I had to spend a point of might to win the fight to kill my Watcher of Kana.
Then the highest out of 3 with attacks and rerolls, meaning you win, and did get the kill. And then over here, I won the fight, pushing you back, but not being able to do the wound.
And now we've got Gorbag fighting 2 half trolls. What does your strike get up to?
Automatically over 5.
Automatically over 5,
So,
perfect.
So I've got 4 dice with a reroll, hoping to get a 6 here.
And I've got the 6, Jordan hasn't. Banner reroll? No.
Do not.
You're spending a point of might to win it.
Yes.
Or do you have a point of might?
Do I have 1 left?
No, you've
No,
got
I've
2
done it all.
moves.
Okay, so that's it. You win.
Wow, so the half trolls have unexpectedly won that fight.
4 attacks. Okay.
And your defense 6?
Yes, I am.
So I need 5s to wound, and that is 2 wounds.
So I need a 4
Wow.
plus. 4 plus to get him to survive. And he is still alive.
Alright, so he's got 1 wound,
Yes.
1 fate.
Yes.
No fate. 1 wound, no fate.
No fate, 1 wound, no might.
Alright, and in this combat, my Mahud King's fight value from his strike goes up to 10. Alright.
So you get your 6.
Shelob's in a lot of strife there. So this is my Mahud King.
Yeah.
I've got my 2 half trolls. I've got a Mahud Raider who doesn't get the extra attack. There's
the
a
6.
6. Alright. And let's count all these dice up. And rolling to wound Shelob, everything needs 5s except for the yellow dice which needs 6s. There's a chance I could do enough wounds, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the red 6, 7 wounds to take down Shelob. Very sad.
Goodbye, Shelob.
And in that same spot, let's do my chieftain fighting against your shaman with a bowman.
Yeah. 4 highest.
And a 6 from me again.
Yeah.
And we'll go first strike at the shaman. That's 2 wounds. Do you want to do your fate?
Yeah.
That's
Passed.
good. At the shaman, that's another wound. And at the bowman is not a wound.
What a couple of turns. I'm definitely finding an uphill battle, but I think now's a good time to readjust my tactics and try and skate, I'm not going to win the battle, but I can definitely get some points and try and win the game potentially, or even force a draw.
Alright, so I've got a big lead at this point, but that definitely doesn't mean the game is over. One of my captains is really vulnerable at the moment, so I'm kind of expecting him to go down, and I really need to get Gorbag, get that break, and get my terrain piece, but more importantly deny Jordan his terrain piece. It's definitely still a lot left in this game. Taking down Shelob like that was absolutely incredible.
So it'll be interesting to see what I can pull out from here. I still very much hold the platform, which was my scenario. The guy that I'm trying to kill, his foot chieftain, is just within reach. So if I can pull those 2 off, there's 6 VP right there.
It's Jordan's priority this turn, and I decided not to call a heroic combat with my chieftain, because I think he's pretty safe this turn.
Okay, so going for a bit of a long bomb here. There's 2 spaces to jump down in this position, so I'm going to get 2 chances of this. First off, I'm going to move some people out of the way and get Shagrat to try first. If he fails, I'm actually going to move and try for a Gorbag. They're the only 2 that I think can kill him, and that's going to be the way that I'm going to try and get that VP, and I don't mind running away from the trolls. And now we're just going to roll. So this is the lucky 6 I need. 5. So
You've got 1 point of might left.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so Shagrat spends his final point of might on the board, charging my chieftain. So that's really bad for me.
He's going to jump into there. Just going to get some engagements here. So they're all just going to hold up position.
Yeah.
And that's actually going to change things. I'll put the speed touch in both.
Yeah. Jordan was really clever with his move here. He's just delaying my troops for a long time. I'm going to charge in with my Mahud Raider and do an impact hit and try to clear out one of those orcs so that I can get through them, hopefully a turn sooner, but a 2 isn't enough, so I'm just charging him with my king.
No. Chieftain fight 4?
My chieftain's fight 4, so I'm going in
You
with
don't
a
have
Watcher of Kana to try to support him and hopefully keep him alive.
Yeah.
And Jordan, you failed your courage tests against my half trolls in here, so he's just going to charge Gorbag and he's just going to charge an orc
think that is all my movement in there. Alright, so the combat phase started with me just pushing back an orc.
Yeah, over here. Still survived though. Mordor Urukai finally did something.
And then my half troll failed to kill your orc there.
Yeah.
And finally, my 2 warriors just pushed you back. Now, we'll start with one of the important fights, which is my half troll fighting against Gorbag with a spear support.
No, not for even fight. You've actually got the fight. So see if you get your 6s.
I've got a 2 high.
Yay. Go
And
back
I'll
1
be
to fight.
out of my banner range there. So you need 5s to wound me.
5s to wound. And a lot of 4s.
A lot of 4s, and I think I can push back
Yeah,
there,
definitely
so I'm
can.
not even trapped.
Yep.
Alright, and now another important one. This is a big swing because
Yeah.
I really don't want him to die.
So Shagrat needs to roll a 6 here. He's got the higher fight, and I've got a banner reroll.
He's got a 5, the banner is a 4.
6 will beat him.
I've got my captain with 1 might, and the Watcher of Kana and a spear support.
Which
So
one's the captain?
we'll go the Watcher of Kana.
Okay.
I've got the 6 already.
Already won it.
That's very sad. So you're trapped in there?
Yep.
Unless you can push back. There you go.
Yep.
Push back. So the captain is the red dice, the Watcher of Kana is the white dice,
Defensive.
and that's just 1 wound.
Yep. Yep. So he used all up all his fate, but he's got 3 wounds, so he's down to 2.
2 wounds left. Perfect. On this side, we had a 1 versus 1 with our spearman, and I just pushed him back, and then you killed my camel rider.
Yeah, that orc got pretty angry and just decided, I'm going to take this
Yeah.
king and
So-
camel rider on.
King and a raider, yeah, so you just beat 110 points with a 6-point orc, that's alright.
Yeah.
Jordan won priority, but I called a heroic move with my chieftain, and he's just going to back up. So half troll charging Gorbag, and this half troll is just going to take on an orc, and 2 Watchers of Kana. We're going to trap Shagrat in the corner, and hopefully we can take him down, and they'll take spear supports. So you're going after my Mahud King. They're pretty confident after they won a fight last turn. So Jordan's managed to tie up a lot of my forces on this side, which is important because it just delays them from getting into the middle melee. Alright, so in here, I just pushed back the Mordor Urukai again.
Again, they're just on a bit of a battle of neutrals. The interesting thing here I'll mention is how Gorbag's special rule, which I mentioned earlier, made you not gang up on him, which because you didn't want to give me that number and even fight. So it's actually a really good tactic with Gorbag to try and decentivize getting outnumbered. But anyway, we haven't fought that one just yet. I did survive this one.
Yes,
Actually,
you won the fight, you
yeah,
just pushed
pushing
me back, and then in here, you killed the spearman.
I killed 1 more.
Alright, now, let's do Gorbag fighting against that half troll.
Okay. Well, you did the 2 because you got higher fight.
Alright.
So you get your 6. You
And
do manage to get the 6.
Of course I've got a 6. So, let's see if I can get the kill in here, and that is 1 wound and something. I'll re-roll it. And so that's 1 wound, which, is that enough to kill him?
I think so. Pretty sure. Gorbag, yeah.
And that is Gorbag down. Half trolls are absolutely brutal.
It's 5-5. Very strong, very powerful.
And now let's do Shagrat, who's fighting against 2 Watchers of Kana with
So,
spear support.
just so you know, you manage to roll a 6 pretty much with your trolls every time. Let's see if Shagrat, who has more dice, can get the same 6. Got it.
And yeah, it goes to you.
Okay, he is strength 5, so he'll be winning on 4s. So 2 4 pluses here would be nice.
And,
Of course he did it, but that's
Just
okay.
one.
Got kill 1 watcher.
and which one do you want?
Yeah, we'll do this one.
Cool. And on the other side of the battle, we started with my king, who killed an orc, and then the raider and half troll killed 2 more orcs. The orc killed my Haradrim spearman, and then up the top, I killed both of the orcs in combat. Jordan, are you broken after that?
That is 5 models. Yes, that's his break.
Alright, so at the end of the next turn, we'll roll to see if the game ends. I won priority this turn, which was really helpful for me, so I'm sending a spearman just to block up this corridor, and we're going back into Shagrat. There's a chance that I can kill him, so I really want to take that chance. And then the half trolls are just trying to do maximum damage in there. And on this side, my guys are just running onto the wooden barricades to try to get to that terrain piece.
Get him up first.
And can you send my half troll towards the 2 statues?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
All
Which
right.
terrain piece you're going for?
And in here, my king and half troll will run past the orc, but we'll start with the raider charging the orc, and then the king and the half troll will run past. Alright, so this is the board after my move, and Jordan, what are you going to do to counter that? You don't have too many models left to
No,
move.
at this stage I've got to salvage what points I can, which is Shagrat's got to keep beating through, but the main thing is I've got to keep, trying to maintain my terrain piece, which is going to be tough.
Yeah, and you're broken, correct?
I am broken.
So it's a courage test for those two orcs, unfortunately.
Yeah. So my heroes all engage or dead. So I've got banner and these two to make. So I'm going to do the banner first. And he passes. That's
perfect.
The other two are not as important. So first orc fails and second orc passes.
Alright.
Take that. I'll definitely take that because it allows me to still get a trap in. I might be able to get one troll.
Cool. Alright, and that takes us to the combat phase. In the combat phase, my spearman was slain. My half troll managed to push back both of the enemies. And Jordan, what happened to my trapped half troll?
Killed a troll. It made me so happy. And then these two, he just got pushed back again. He hadn't even moved forward. But yeah, they've just held the stairway the whole game.
Yeah, and the last one here is Shagrat.
Okay.
Now, I'm pretty confident that Shagrat can die. I've got just 3 attacks. And I've got a highest
not
of a
great.
2.
Got the 4.
I've got a banner reroll.
I also have a banner reroll, but let's see if you get your 6.
Oh, of course I do. Of course I do.
Why did I say it? Yeah.
Alright.
So he is trapped.
So
he's got 2 wounds left, defense 7.
I've got 6 dice, and I need to roll 2 6s to kill him.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, Jesus. Hey, at least it's a really great battle report if you want to show how good Harad can be.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, wow.
So we rolled a 1 to see if the game would end, so that is the end of the game. Now, I wanted to keep my Haradrim captain alive, and he is alive and unwounded, so that is 3 points to me. I wanted to kill Gorbag, and there's no Gorbag on the table, so that's 6 points in total. I wanted to capture my terrain piece, which I've gotten, so that's another 3, and Jordan, you are broken, and I am unbroken, giving me a maximum of 12 points. Do you score any?
I score 1 for holding more models on the terrain piece. One was the center platform here. I didn't manage to do a wound, although I did have 1 combat with Shagrat, so I did have a chance to kill him or do a wound and didn't get that. So I missed out on that. I had to keep Shelob alive, which I didn't manage to do, and killed him very quickly, which was good. And then and keep Gorbag. Oh no, yeah, and Gorbag got killed. So yeah, that was it. Wow. Okay, there was a lot to talk about there. I learnt a lot. Probably need to keep Gorbag and Shagrat closer together. I think as a wrecking ball next game, I definitely think having them actually helping each other with the +1 wound and then bouncing each other's heroic combats off, I think that's probably the way I'm going to play them next time, instead of trying to separate them up. But like, listen, all in all, I think the half trolls fight 5, not having fight 6 on the board was hurting me, and definitely I should have sent Shagrat towards the trolls. I let them kill way too much. Those trolls I was just not prepared for, and that's probably where the game was, is not giving the proper respect to half trolls. There was some tactics there that didn't pan out, but in the end, it was well played by Jacob. It was fun. Listen, it was brutal. It was a brutal game.
Alright, brutal is a great way to describe that game. Half Trolls and Harad just have an incredible amount of hitting power.